There are so many different kinds of energy efficient products that you can use in your home. Everything from roofing to solar to appliances. But today we're specifically talking about windows and what kinds of windows make sense for you to put in your rental property to get you the most bang for your buck. We're talking with Nick Vaughn, who is a product expert and our contractor partner in our contracting business that goes along with our property management business. So stay tuned. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sue Richey. I own a residential property management company, and in conjunction with our management company here in Northern Virginia, we have a contracting business that we started. My husband Craig has his contractor license, and while we don't do a lot of other handyman type stuff and we outsource that work, we do partner with one of our wholesalers to do window replacement, roof replacement, siding, doors, and things like that, because a lot of our owners do have these needs, and because we're able to do this really cost effectively, it's a real advantage for them. So let's get to my interview with Nick Vaughn and learn more about the kinds of windows that make sense for your rental property. So welcome, Nick. Thanks for being here. And
Absolutely.
you want to just tell a little bit about yourself and the company and just a quick background?
Absolutely. So again, my name's Nick Vaughn. I work for Mid-South Building Supply. We actually are located in Springfield, Virginia, and we have 9 locations between Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. And we're a wholesale distributor that only sells to licensed contractors and remodelers. And how we got in touch with Richie is they have a contractor's license. So with that, they're able to not only buy products from us, but also use our installation program where we have factory trained licensed installers to do the installations. We've been around since 1966 and we are 100% employee owned. So you're actually talking to one of the owners of the company right now. And what that means for Richie is everyone they deal with is vested in not only in our success, but the success of Richie Contracting and Richie Services.
Yeah,
So,
that's great. That's really great. Yeah, no,
yeah,
they've been fantastic to work with. And I think, one of the reasons that we started Ritchie Contracting Services was really to provide value, to continue to provide value for our landlord clients. The repairs are expensive, big ticket items like windows in particular. I mean, we've all had, window sales reps come to our house and sit down and actually never leave because you're like, wait, and they give you these pricing. And then they're like, oh, we'll knock it down to this. And it's kind of like buying a car to me. Like, you never know, like, is this a good price? Is it not a good price? I don't really know. And so for us, especially for rental property owners, nobody wants to spend money on windows. If you live in a home and you're going to use it all the time, you might be more excited about spending the money to get really nice windows. But as a rental property, you know what? It's not the money you want to spend, but you kind of need to spend it. And so I guess, to that point, I wanted to just talk about a few tips for landlords. Like, why is this important? What are the benefits of actually having good windows in your rental property? To me, there are a number of things. One is it, it does improve your property value. That's,
mhm,
number one. Like a house, I mean, not that you're going to sell it right away, but a house that has windows that are upgraded, the value goes up, right? So, you
absolutely.
might sell it one day, but even in the meantime, there's a better value. Renters like that. That's the other thing, is it does attract renters. If they come into a house that's old and they've old windows and it's hard to use, and that's a pain. And
100%.
we've seen lots of windows. I'm sure you've seen it too, where they're in poor condition. In fact, we saw one like this recently. We had a work order. I just happened to see it. Somebody said there's water coming in like the crack between the windows.
Hmm.
And what
Hmm.
happens, there's over time it can cause structural damage, drywall damage. So that can turn into much bigger problems, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. When talking windows, especially if the home has the existing windows, meaning the windows that were originally put in the home when it was built, those are most likely only made to last 20 years. When builders are building homes, their main object is to make money when they build that house. So they're trying to keep their costs down as
Right.
they select the products they're going to put in that house. So they most likely did not put a premium window product in that home. And again, they're not the ones that are going to be living with it. So why would they invest the money in putting the best product in that house when they're just trying to build it and sell it?
Exactly.
So the other thing that was very, very popular was wood windows.
Hmm.
And wood windows, as you know, and wood doors, they don't last that long.
Right.
Um, Wood is porous, it swells. I'm sure if
Gets
you've
painted
seen
shut.
windows, yes, they'll be painted shut. And also, window technology has changed a lot.
Yeah.
There used to be, single pane windows with storm windows. So when there's a big wind, I'm sure some tenants will hear the rattling of those storm windows, and they'll have one room they say is much colder than other parts of the
Right.
house just
Right.
because those windows aren't insulated. So
Exactly.
not only does replacing the windows improve the value of the home, but also the curb appeal.
Yeah.
You can have some really, really bad windows that are fogged up because of seal failure or what have you. And now we have what's called vinyl windows that we're able to put in homes. And that is actually vinyl windows are the most energy efficient option, whether you're doing an aluminum window, a wood clad window, a fiberglass window. Vinyl is actually going to be your most energy efficient and most affordable. Um,
Yeah.
so
I want to get into the specifics on the windows too. And it just made me think too of, you talked about curb appeal and stuff like that. And I said, it does attract tenants. I think also from a safety standpoint, that's a
100%.
big factor, that people may not think about. We've seen plenty of windows in properties that we've taken over management where the tenant will say, this window doesn't lock. This window, they're just straight up broken. But these are, as you said, these are good. The products that we work with you all on, they're great products. Even your basic product,
Hmm.
such a good
Hmm.
product that'll last for a very, very long time. As long as most of these people are going to keep their rental properties, that's for sure.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so let's switch gears here and just talk a little bit about the actual windows that you all do. And like I said, the basic window you have is a fantastic product, but we do all different levels of windows. We did one in DC recently for a home that was part of the L'Enfant Trust, and there were a lot of specifics around that, but it was a very different kind of window than you're putting in your basic rental property. We've also done many for our people we know personally, friends, family, that in their homes, high-end homes, all kinds of homes. There's stuff in between, but again, let's start with the kind of the basic one, because that's probably what
Absolutely.
most of our clients will choose.
Absolutely. So, the window that we've actually used the most with you all is the Vinyl Max Edison. And even though we're saying basic, entry level, what have you, this is a window that has a lifetime warranty. Lifetime warranty on the glass, lifetime warranty on the frame, lifetime warranty on the parts and pieces. So, again, this is not something that you're putting in your home and are going to have to worry about in a few years. It's actually a lifetime solution. And why we like this window is it also has a 1 week lead time. So if there is something that you're trying to get done quickly or even in between tenants, it can be done.
Okay.
They offer double hungs, casements, picture windows, bay windows, every type of window, and even
Right.
sliding glass doors. The
Yep.
Vinyl Max product is able to have a fit for your home. If someone is looking for a brand name, something a little more recognizable to them,
Hmm.
a step up from that would be Provia
Hmm.
vinyl windows. Provia is a very, very large
Yep.
window and door manufacturer, as
Yep.
they also make entry doors. So if you're looking for, say, a window that is black on the outside or bronze on the outside, or you're just looking for something a little more aesthetically pleasing or
Yep.
having a little more bells and whistles, Provia would be that option.
Yeah.
But like you said, for the property in DC, I also carry Marvin windows and doors. And with that product, we're able to do wood windows, wood clad windows, and fiberglass windows. And those options are important if you're trying to maintain a certain aesthetic.
Yeah.
So if your home right now has wood windows and the grids are on the outside of the glass and the home looks very, very traditional, we
Yeah.
are able to maintain that look and get approved by historical review boards because of that being a higher end product and having those options.
Right. And the HOAs, certain depending on certain neighborhoods, HOAs
Correct.
have specific requirements, specific, color scheme, specific look. So that's an important thing that we need to look into as well. That and you all can match that and do custom colors for
100%.
the next.
100%. We can provide sketches. I've had it where the HOA or the historical review board cares about the glass has to be the exact same size as it was
Yeah.
before, and we're able to accomplish that using the Marvin windows and doors.
Yeah, no, it's good. And I think, it's helpful and we could go and just, I mean, I know so much about these windows. The purpose of this is really more just to kind of educate people on what kinds of things are out there and that sort of what we can do together to help, whether it's our clients specifically or other clients, any other people who live in the Northern Virginia area that we can help even in DC itself. If it's a rental property that you own, if it's your own home. We're definitely a cost-effective solution. And I think because we don't have the overhead, the advertising,
Mhm.
all of the hype that a lot of other window companies do, we definitely can offer much better prices because we just don't have that.
100%.
And we really started this as a
100%.
sideline for our clients, but it's kind of evolved into a little bit more. So okay, so for another benefit for homeowners are the tax benefits of energy efficient products, right? And while I can't tell you that I know every benefit because it's constantly changing and they're
Mhm.
adding
Constantly changing.
new things, but what do you know about that or what do you know that's happening right now?
So the tax credit recently changed, and now you're able to actually apply for an annual rebate every time you make an improvement energy efficiency wise to your windows and doors. In the past, you could only submit for it once, but say
Mhm.
you're only going to do the front of the house, you could submit for a tax rebate on that. And then if you do the back of the house, you can
Mm.
submit for a tax rebate the next year. You can get up to $600 back annually on the windows and $500 back annually on the doors.
Okay.
So I think what the government was trying to do was encourage people to replace their windows, but also help those who cannot do the whole house at one time.
Right,
So
right.
people are able to kind of piecemeal and do these in stages and also reap benefits of rebates at the same time.
Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, that's so you get that rebate, but in addition, because this is an improvement to your property, it's something that's depreciable, that will depreciate over time, and you can deduct that. Again, these are things you should ask your tax accountant. I just did a long video on taxes and and rental properties, which you can find right here, but with our CPA. But there are definitely improvements, big improvements you do like that are things that you can depreciate. So there's benefits beyond just the rebate.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so I think this is great. I mean, I again, I know that no one wants to spend a lot of money, but it's windows or something, once you do it, it's going to last. And especially with your products that you offer these lifetime warranties, we know we've had a few little things that have come up, no problem. You guys have taken care
Correct.
of stuff and
It's deeper than just the windows too. I mean, as a when you have tenants that are able to control the HVAC system, you,
yes.
you don't want that to be always running.
Right, right,
And
right.
replacing your windows and doors, I know we're talking energy efficiency, but it's also protecting the life of your HVAC system,
Right.
something that you don't want to have to replace because it's always running, when it's not supposed to do.
Yes,
Uh,
good point. That's a good point. That's also definitely value for the tenant. Their bills are going to be significantly less. And we live in such an urban environment here in the Northern
yes,
Virginia area that sound is another thing. Old windows,
100%.
like we've got busy streets. I mean, that I've noticed that in my own home when we replace them, just the sound. Like I used to sit in my family room with my old wood windows and there would be a nice little breeze coming in. And so and
Mhm.
hear things out there that now it's really, really nice. But
And especially this day
Okay.
and age with a lot of people working from home, to
Yep.
be able to have an office, a home office that is quiet with the windows shut, I'm
Yeah.
sure is very important to people.
Yeah. Yep. So definitely lots of advantages, good pricing, great vendor and partner that we get to work with. So I thanks for joining me here today to share a little bit about
Absolutely.
these windows. And if you are in Northern Virginia and want to speak with us and see what we can do for you, I'll put all my information in the comments below. Okay, so there you have it. I hope that this gave you a little bit more insight into the product, the window product itself, but also some of the advantages that you have for replacing some of your windows. Of course, we know that you don't want to replace windows and spend the money to do that in your rental property, but you do want to protect your asset. You do want to improve it along the way, and it will help you attract good tenants and keep the value of your property up. So, I hope this is helpful, and if you like it, please share it with other people that could benefit from this information. I hope you'll like and subscribe to our channel as well, and I look forward to seeing you next time.